Hey, you guys. I just wanted to hop on here and kind of let you know about what I've been doing. About 4 years ago, I started working for an organization called InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. I started working there because I was involved in the ministry as a student leader when I was in college. And right out of college, I just went right into working in ministry. And so now I work at LSU as a campus staff minister there, where I just minister to different students. One thing that we say at InterVarsity is that we want to reach every corner of every campus. So we truly mean that, no matter what background you come from, ethnicity, denomination, we want to reach you with the love of Jesus. We want to show you who Jesus is. We're not a church. We are just an organization that goes on college campuses. But anyway, one of my favorite stories that happened from last semester that I really want to tell you guys about, because it's such a praise report, is that we have this thing that we do called prayer and take what you need tabling, and we do it at LSU multiple times during the semester, but we do it a lot at the beginning of a semester and also at the end of a semester. So all the way back last fall, we were doing one of these tabling events, and we had met so many people that day. And one of my student leaders met this girl. I won't say her name, but they met this girl, and she was from California, and she was, excited about maybe getting involved with our club and organization, and she gave us her contact info. So when I got her info, I reached out to her and I was like, hey, you want to get coffee and we can catch up and you can learn a little bit about our organization, and if you want to, get involved with us. And she said yes. So we went to a coffee shop on campus, and we had our first meetup. We talked. I gave her my testimony, and I'm speaking and talking, and I'm saying all these Christianese words, and I'm looking at her, and she's just like looking at me like, what are you saying? And I'm like, has anyone ever told you the gospel? Has anyone ever told you about Jesus? And she was just like, no. And I'm sitting there like saying all these things and references that she should know because she's an American. And I'm like, oh yeah, all Americans know about Jesus, and they know what I'm talking about when I say the woman at the well or blah, blah. That's not what happened. So I was humbled, and I was like, okay, I have to flush out the words I'm saying. I have to speak to her in a different way than I would speak to someone who knows what I'm talking about. And I do have experience with that, but just I've never had experience with that in all college ministry. So her and I, we would meet up weekly pretty much for months after that. And then around December, it was time to go for the winter break. And then we would come back at the end, obviously. And I just remember feeling this sense of like, Lord, like, I've asked her if she's ready to follow you. We've been doing Bible studies together one-on-one, and she's just not ready still. And I'm just losing faith. And I'm kind of like, Lord, what are you doing in this situation? And then she leaves for about a month, because of winter break. And I'm like, God, just have your hand on her. Like, put someone in her path. I don't know, like, just stay on her mind. And I remember just trying to get back in contact with her when the semester started back up again, the spring semester. And I was just like, let's meet back up. Let's start getting coffee again if you'd like to. I'd love to keep going with our rhythm. And she wanted to. So we get there, and we're having our Bible study. And I can't exactly remember what the Bible study was about, but I just remember her kind of stopping me and being like, faith. And I'm like, yeah, I just have no idea what she's about to say. And she's just like, I'm ready. And I'm like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, ready for what? Like, what are you talking about? And she goes, I'm ready to follow Jesus. And I just remember we were in the same coffee shop where I first told her about the gospel, where I first gave her my testimony, where I first made a fool of myself thinking that she already knew what I was talking about. We're in that same coffee shop, and she looks at me and says, Faith, I'm ready. I want to follow Jesus. The same place where I had all these doubts, where I was unsure of myself, where I felt imposter syndrome, where I felt like I can't lead this girl to Christ. I can't start from scratch and give her everything she needs to know. It was in that same place where she looked at me and she said those words, that she wants to follow Jesus, where she made that decision for herself. And I looked at her and I asked her, I said, "You want to do it right now?" And she said, "Yeah." And we held hands and we prayed, and she accepted Jesus into her heart, y'all. And it was right there in the middle of a coffee shop. It wasn't at this big event. It wasn't this huge orchestrated thing. It was messy, and it was real, and it was raw, and it was authentic. Just like us, just like our lives. And she gave her life to Christ at that coffee shop that day on a random Tuesday or whenever it was. And she looked at me and she said, "I feel lighter. I feel like a weight has been lifted from my shoulders. I feel different." She looked at me and she said that. And she just began to cry in the coffee shop. And she kept apologizing. I said, "It's okay. I'm crying too. It's fine." God is so good, you guys. And it doesn't take us going across the sea, across borders to preach to people and to love people. And I want you to notice one thing. This did not happen just like that. There were so many times where I got discouraged. There were so many times where I'm like, "God, why is it taking so long?" It didn't happen at the blink of an eye or the snap of a finger. This took intentionality. This took fighting through feelings that I had in my head that the enemy was trying to put there. And I'm not saying this to praise me, but I'm just telling you that sometimes the timing that God is on is not on our timing. I would have loved to, before she even went to winter break, to see her come to Christ. I would have loved that. But God had a perfect timing. He had a specific timing that he needed her to be at, that I couldn't have predicted, that no one could have predicted except for him. And it was the best timing. And it was beautiful. And I told her, and I said, "Look, I know you don't know this, but right now all of heaven is rejoicing for you. They're rejoicing for you." And she just wept, and she was so excited. And she took out her calendar and she wanted to write down the day that she gave her life to Jesus. She was so joyful. And we took a picture together because she wanted to commemorate the moment. And she just is involved with all our stuff now. She's one of our most faithful members. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. God is so good. And I'm just telling you this also to tell you about the ministry, but also to just say that God's timing is the best timing. So if you're not seeing things happen just like that, then it's okay. It maybe just takes a little bit more elbow grease. Maybe it takes more praying, more intentionality with people, more listening to people. But I say all that to say, that's just one of the many amazing things that's been happening over at LSU. God has been putting so many people in our path, so many people that have been hurt by people who claim to know Jesus. And I have just been blessed by all of that. And yeah, I just want to put this video out there to let you guys know that. And if you ever want to support, this whole missionary over here, just reach out to me. I've probably reached out to you before. I'm not a scam. This is me. And if you ever want to reach out and know how to support us in the ministry, just let me know. Yeah, we're always looking for people to help us out with everything that we do. So thank you guys. If you watched all this, God bless you. And I pray specific blessing over you, that you just are protected, and that the Lord just keep you and guide you in all your ways. And yeah, that's all. I hope you guys have a good day.